So today, guys, we're going to go over the CFA you guys took last Friday. So first question was, a circle P is dilated to form circle P prime. Which of the following statements is always true? So if it's dilated, it means it's getting bigger or smaller, right? So we got radius equal to radius. Obviously, that's not true if it dilated. Diameter greater than diameter. Well, we don't know if it got bigger or smaller because it didn't tell us how it dilated. Then we've got the ratio of the diameter, that's 2 times the radius, to the circumference, that's 2 times the radius pi. Well, 2r cancel out 2r, so we got 1 over pi, and that's a number. If there's no variable left, then that's going to be our answer. And then chord greater than again, chord again, we don't know how it dilated, so that can't be true always. All right, so it says the next one, use the information in the diagram to answer the following questions. In the figure, measure of minor arc XY is 66, and we have a central angle that maps to that arc. So they're equal, right? So the arc is equal to the angle because it's a central angle, so that's why it was 66. So the next one says use a diagram to complete the following sentence. An angle is inscribed in the circle. The degree measures of the 3 arcs are shown. Okay, so here again we have an angle, X, and it's subtended or intercepted by arc of 160. So the angle, X, is equal to 160 divided by 2, which was 80. All right, the next one says the measure of some angles of an inscribed quadrilateral are given in the figure shown, and it's asking us for x, y, z, x, y, z. Okay, so these two angles are supplementary, so can't we just take 180 minus 62, and that's equal to 118. All right, so the next one says the measure of the minor arc is AC. What is the measure of angle D? So we're looking for this right here. So our formula is the angle D is equal to, the measure of angle D is equal to the outside arc minus the inside arc divided by 2. And in this case, we have two tangents. We don't have the outside arc right now, so we're going to have to find it by subtracting 142 from 360. So 360 minus 142, that's equal to, where's my paper? I already did this, 218. So that's now our outside arc is 218 here. So we're going to do our outside arc 218 minus 142 divided by 2. Okay? So that's going to give us 76 divided by 2. So that's why the answer was 38 degrees. All right, this next one says in the circle PS is 112, QR is 117. Find the value of X. Okay, so on this one we've got arc plus arc divided by 2 equals these angles. Okay, now if we find those angles, we can find X because X in those question marks are linear pair, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 112 plus 178 and then divide that by 2. So when I did that, I got 290 divided by 2, that's equal to 145. So I'm going to put that 145 in here. And notice again now that this angle and that angle form a linear pair. So I'm going to take 180 minus our 145, and that's why the answer was 35 degrees. All right, so our last two, this item has two parts, A and B. Use a diagram to complete both parts. So it says, what's the value of X? So here, and on your formula sheet, you have sine, cosine, and tangent. If you remember, the sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So let's see if we're trying to solve for X here. If we look at, let's just go ahead and label these. This is our hypotenuse, right? This is our opposite, and this is our adjacent. So if we're trying to find X, how does it compare to the 36 degrees? It's adjacent, and we have the hypotenuse, right? So that's going to be cosine of 36 is equal to X over 7. How do we get rid of that 7? We multiply both sides by it. 7 cosine of 36, you can put that right in your calculator, and when you do, you get 5.66. So x is equal to 5.66, okay? Then this next one says what's the value of y? So y is opposite, and we have the hypotenuse, so this one's going to be the sine of 36 is equal to y over 7. Again, going to multiply both sides times the 7 to get rid of it. You can put that in the calculator just like that. 7 sine 36. So y here is going to be equal to 4.11. Now you could have used a squared plus b squared equals c squared here too to solve for y, because you could have done 5.66 squared plus y squared equals 7 squared, subtracted the 5.66 squared from 49, and that would have gotten you 16 point something, because I know that because of the answer is 4.11. So then you would have taken the square root of whatever that was. Okay.